wondering if anybody is in here yet. Where are the people? It's tough managing all this stuff by yourself. Already missing my producer Carl and my stand-in producer. Well, shit. Gary was a stand-in, and Richard was a stand-in. He did pretty good. He was good on the live stream too. Missing those guys, but that's okay. I'm inside, and that's good. That's really good. I'm inside. It's probably going to be storming any minute now, so just stand in. Got 3 watching, it says. I think one of those is me. He was good on the live stream too. Who all has made it here? Oh, we got 5 people watching. Very cool. But that's okay. I'm inside. I wished I had some audio. I wished somebody would tell me if how the audio is, because I never know. I never know. Good for watching now. 69 seconds in. How is my audio? Is everybody okay with my audio? Hey there, Morto Giant. What's up, William? What's up, my friend? Thinking about California. Well, you're leaving. Okay, well, where you headed, man? I am in Ketchum, Idaho. I'm not sure how big a hurry I am to go south from here, so I'm not in a big hurry. Turn it up all the way. Let me move this microphone in a little bit. Let me do this. I can do this. There's a bad echo in here, I think, which is why I'm using this microphone. Usually I use this microphone because of wind noise, so I'll hook it up to the phone. Don't always use it with the laptop, but like I said, it's got a bad echo in here. It's a great room. I'll give you guys a tour of the room here when a few more people come in. Weak audio, which is why I'm using this microphone. I'm getting that picture. I use this microphone because I hope that's a little bit better. So I'll hook it up to the phone. I mean, I can always try to undo the audio that I've got. Like I said, it's got a bad echo in here. Probably, I don't know what else to do. I have this thing in the frame, but you guys want to hear me talk, right? Like I said, there's a bad echo in here, so that's why I've got the microphone in the first place. Normally I'd have this hooked up to my phone and then jacked out all the way on a stick, but yeah, unfortunately, maybe I'm just not really loud. Oregon, Washington, then over towards Idaho. Now, hope to see it. Dude, yeah, let's totally hook up. It's been a while. I think it's been, let's see. Like I said, there's a bad echo. I didn't see you last year, did I? No, I didn't see you last year. Normally I'd have this hooked up to my phone. I think it's 2020 was the last time I saw you. Shit, man, I'm having a hard time what I did remember what I did last week, much less. Oregon, Washington, then over towards Idaho. Much less, yeah, let's totally hook up. A year ago or two. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I saw you last year. I didn't see you last year, did I? Yeah, anyway. I didn't see you last year. Just goes to tell you. Just goes to show you, don't drink, kids. Remember what I did last week? All right, I'm going to try to stay on top of the chat today. If you guys let me know what's going on. I have started doing the Skype things, so if any of you guys Skype, I'll try to put you on Skype. It's 2020. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 2020 before I left for Hawaii. The first and last time I saw you, right? But you've been moving, man. You've been humping. You've been out there. Yeah, so let's hook up, man. I'll shoot you my my phone number and so if any of you guys Skype and put my pin on your map. How about that? That's what I'm doing with all the folks I'm traveling with. It's kind of good to know where I'm at. And, you know, if you know, hey, I'm getting close, give me a heads up and say, hey, look, I'm gonna be there tomorrow, 2 days, whatever. But yeah, the last guy I was hanging out, I don't know if you're still riding that big Harley, but the last guy I was hanging out with, hung with me, and he's only got one leg. Hung with me all the way up to, we went up to this ghost town in Montana called Garnet, and that's, I think he found his limit, and he probably didn't know what his limit was. I'm amazed he got that Harley up halfway up the hill, because it's just rutted out and nasty, and of course we're loaded down with all the camping supplies, and it's the next morning, and I tried to gently say, maybe this is not a bad idea, but I didn't want to, I didn't want to step on his ego. I just kind of wanted to do the right thing, and I didn't know what the right thing was. For some strange reason, I thought maybe I had a hard time getting up there on my bike, and I got 2 legs, good tires, much better suspension, and yeah, I'm impressed as far as he's gotten on that bike. Well, not just that. I missed all the great stuff. I don't know why I wasn't filming it. I should have been filming this. I guess when I turned the corner and saw this hill, I was like, uh-oh, this is not good. Got about halfway through it, I was like, this is not good. And I just stayed in it. It was like, brr, 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 brr. And I'm looking in the rear view, and I don't see him anymore. I saw his headlights, and then I didn't see his headlights anymore. That's not good. I hope he didn't fall off. So I went all the way to the top, because, I ain't stopping. Went all the way to top, got off the bike, went down, helped him get his bike up. I said, maybe this is a time for drop the egos and just go, hey, I'm going to go up to the top, spend 20 minutes up there, come back down and pick you up. Oh yeah, 1190, dude. You can go more places than I can go, obviously. I don't know, I guess yeah, Facebook, yeah, cool. 1190. I'm good with whatever dirt. Of course you are. I'm not. That was my limit the other day. I found my limit, especially when I'm loaded down. I'm a whole lot more open to dirt and obstacles and hill climbs and crap like that. As long as I'm not loaded down. I don't. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous riding that thing on the street the way it's loaded. But Q&A later on. Sup, boys? Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, Leonard. All questions, all the time. Hey, Don, I am in Ketchum, Idaho. It's just, I think, a couple hours north of Twin Falls, maybe less than that. So if you think of the center of the state, Twin Falls is at the bottom, and then just up straight north of there is Ketchum. It's a beautiful little mountain town. Yeah, it's really nice being out here. All questions all the time. Yeah. Q&A. Q&A anytime. In fact, I would prefer it Q&A all the time. I don't really have anything to say. I did, if you didn't get the title, I did want to give Gary a chance to tell his side of the story of what happened in Dinosaur. I'm not expecting him, but I told him 2 or 3 times I'm going to give him a chance on a live stream to tell his side of the story. I mean, I guess he could always make a video and I could link to it, but I want to know his side of the story. He dropped a comment on the last live stream when people were asking, what happened to your riding buddies? And I said, I don't know. I guess they weren't feeling it. And I tried to say it in the nicest way I could, but basically they just bugged out. Didn't say hi, didn't say bye, they just passed me twice while we were riding because we were looking for the camp spot, and I thought everything was cool up until that point, and I guess they got frustrated or something. Who knows? But that's why I wanted to give Gary the chance to respond, because he left a comment that's basically, if that's not the real story, but if that's what you want to believe, I was like, okay, well, dude, come on a live stream, tell your side. So that's what this is all about. That way, if he doesn't want to come on and tell his story, at least I gave him a chance. I asked if Carl and him wanted to Skype in. Because I'm dying to know what the hell possessed them. I'm sure it had a lot to do with Sturgis. I didn't think Gary wanted to go to Sturgis, but I knew Carl did. Carl was gently trying to convince me to go, and I was like, man, I got no interest in Sturgis. It's hot there, it's humid, it's too many people, and the only reason I would go is to hang out with some cool people.
Because I'm dying to know. I'm dying to know.
It just wasn't. I've already been through Sturgis this year. Well, Black Hills anyway. I didn't go to Sturgis.
With Sturgis.
I had no interest in it. And anyway, I think that's part of it, but maybe the other part, I don't know. Step 2.
It's hot.
Any of you Steve Wallace fans out there?
Too many people.
Step 2. Oh, I've got to be a little bit covert about this because I'm in a library.
I've already been through Sturgis this year. Well,
and one of the librarians is about 30 feet away. That's why I'll give you all a tour here in a second, how I've got everything set up so as to obfuscate my true mission, which is to have fun. Drink in a public library. That's my new thing. I can't stealth camp out west. There's nowhere to stealth camp. Everything's open and free pretty much, and it's so easy just to go 3 miles out of town and find a campsite. So stealth camping is not a hobby that is a challenge out west. Back across the Mississippi, hell, you cross into Texas, and if you want to camp anywhere without driving an hour, it's stealth camping. But out here, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, wherever the hell you want to camp, there's public land everywhere. And Idaho is beautiful, and I want to talk about Idaho. If Gary and Carl don't show up, we'll talk about some other stuff.
Back across the Mississippi.
I'm working on the Grand Mountain. That's good. I had some of this last night, but I forgot how good it was. Ooh.
10 minutes.
Yeah, Don, where are you at? I'm trying to remember. Mr. Sandifer, where are you at? You trying to hook up with me? Are you trying to ride with me? You trying to come camp with me? Because the door is open, fellas. At least camp. You don't even have to ride if you camp. Although some of my camp spots may require motorcycles to get into, but yeah, come hang out. Come drink a beer. Come have dinner on the side of a cliff.
I'm trying to remember. Mr. Sandifer.
I'm trying to find those new magical spots. It's been a while since I've been out here. I've got a nice spot that I'm camping in outside of town, maybe 3 miles. It's a nice spot. It just doesn't have a great view because right across the road is this big mountain slope. I should have prepared. I should have gotten more audio visual stuff for you guys, but I'm a little slow. I've been editing today, so I just rendered the video just before I started the live stream.
It's been a while since I've been out here.
Anyway.
I've got a nice spot that I'm camping in outside of town, maybe 3
How's
miles
this
from
audio
the spot.
working now?
It just doesn't have great
Is that any better? I haven't had anything to eat today, so y'all bear with me. Snacks. It's a market. They don't really have a grocery store. I went into the next town about 11 miles away called Haley, south of here. They had an actual real grocery store. First time I've seen one in 400 or 500 miles. Anyway, 300 miles. What's up, Solo? Nashville, heading out Monday. Where are you headed again?
They don't really have a grocery store. I went into the next town about 11 miles away called Haley, south of here.
22nd, 24th?
First time I've seen one.
That is
400 or 500 miles.
what, a week? 10 days? Yeah, man.
300 miles.
Yeah. My only goal is to stay out of the desert as much as I can.
Nashville.
That's why I'm up in the mountains.
Where you headed again?
If I had to cross the desert to get to you, that's not bad, but I'm trying to stay in the 85 and below range. 85 at altitude for me is fine because altitude usually means it's very dry. So 85 during the day. I don't really care at night. I sleep like a baby in my haven, so
That's why I'm up in the mountains.
you know, 40,
If I had to cross a desert to get to
45.
you, that's not bad.
Kind of nice to get up when it's not below 40,
Trying to stay
because it's
in
kind of chilly in the morning. I like to get up in the morning. Sun comes up, I want to drink my
85
cup of
range.
coffee.
85
West.
at
Come see me, man. I'm in Idaho.
Because altitude usually means it's very dry.
Solo, cooler weather, yeah.
85 during the day. I don't really care at night.
Well,
I sleep like a baby.
William, you guys have it really good out west because you got moderate temperatures and mostly dry.
It's not below 40.
I'm trying to think of where's your wet? Northern California, but you're not up north. You're, well, I guess you're,
West.
you are kind
Come
of
see me,
north.
man. I'm in Idaho. Solo, cooler weather, yeah.
That's good
Well,
stuff.
William, you guys have it really
Um,
good out west because you got moderate temperatures and mostly dry.
it's cool in Tennessee
I'm trying to
in
think of
August.
wet.
Why am I not believing you, man? You must be in the mountains.
Well, I guess you are kind of north.
Yeah, you're just north. Just north of me. 2 hours? Oof, no. You can find some cool spots in Tennessee, but usually it's down in a creek,
Tennessee,
up on a mountain,
August.
or a combination of both.
Man, you must be in the mountains.
Well, we got 9 people in here.
Yeah, you're just north.
27 people have come in and said,
Just
nah.
north of me. 2 hours.
Is, I'm sure a few of you
Find some
have,
cool spots in Tennessee, but usually it's down in
yeah,
the creek,
Big Bear, that's what I remember.
up on a mountain, or a combination of both.
It's relatively dry there. Relatively cool year round, right? Or cold in the winter. I think you guys, yeah, you guys get, you guys get
27 people have
slammed with the weather in the winter. Is that 4,000 feet?
I'm
Big
sure
Bear?
a few of you have, yeah, Big Bear. That's what I remember. It's relatively dry there. Relatively cool year round, right?
Yeah,
Or cold. in the
I was
winter.
gonna,
You guys get,
85 degrees in Tennessee.
you guys get
Well, I guess it does cool
slammed
off.
with the weather in the winter.
But the 85 degrees is still what, 85, 90% humidity?
4,000 feet, Big Bear?
It's completely different. 85 out here is a completely different world. You need to get your ass out here and find out if you haven't been out here already. That was my big shock when I first came out here. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's 90 degrees? Why doesn't it feel like 90 degrees? Because it's 20% humidity. It feels like it's 75 degrees or 80. It's ridiculous. The temperature, the way the temperature feels, the difference.
Completely different. 85 out here is a completely different world. You need to get your ass out here and find out if you haven't been out here already. That was my big shock when I first came out.
Still sweating. Yeah, exactly.
It's 90 degrees?
Ski resorts, yeah.
Feel like 90 degrees because it's 20% humidity.
South Dakota and work my way over.
85 or 80.
Uh,
It's ridiculous.
Are you rushing up to get the leftovers from
The way the
Sturgis?
temperature feels, the difference.
Or you just want to see the Black Hills? Because the Black Hills are amazing. I can send you some suggestions on stuff. Well, hell, all you got to do is look at some of the videos. I just went through there a few weeks back, so
South Dakota and work my way over.
I'll send you a link to my stealth camping spot if that's
Are you
if you're into
rushing up
that.
to get the leftovers from the Sturgis?
It's a good
Or you
spot.
want to see the Black Hills because the Black Hills are amazing.
7,000 feet. Wow, that's up there. I didn't know it was that high up.
I can.
Yeah,
send
it's
you
nice year round except in the winter, right?
stuff.
I guess I don't know if you're into the winter thing.
Some of the videos, I just went through there a few weeks back, so.
I'm not a big snow guy.
I'll send you a
Like it
link
occasionally,
to
but
stealth camping spot if that's, if you're into that.
oh, well, good.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, you'll like South Dakota,
7,000 feet. Wow,
especially
that's
the
up there. I didn't know it was that high.
northwestern side of it. Well, the Black Hills.
It's nice year round.
I'm pretty sure I could spend 2 months in the Black Hills and still not discover and ride all the cool stuff because there's lots to see. There's lots of forest.
Like it occasionally, but
But this time of year, there's lots of cars and motorcycles going really slow, so not my favorite place to be.
Especially the northwestern side.
Caught fish in the Black Hills, is that what you're, that,
I'm pretty sure.
that trout, you caught that in the Black Hills, I guess?
Black Hills and still not
Did you eat it?
discovering.
That's my question.
Because there's lots to see. There's lots of forest.
Yeah, so you gotta do Iron Mountain, you gotta do Needles, you gotta do, I would say,
Not my favorite place to be.
I would say Custer
Caught
State
fish in
Park.
the Black Hills. Is that what you're?
Shockingly amazing,
That
and you
trout?
ride through half of it without paying,
Did you eat it? That's my.
from what I remember. But there's buffalo everywhere, there's as many buffalo in that
Yeah,
small little
So you gotta do.
state park as there is in
You gotta do Needles, you gotta do, I would say.
half of Yellowstone. Kinda surprising.
Custer State Park.
What you wanna talk about? You wanna talk about Itchy Boots?
Amazing.
I meant to catch up on her stuff today to find out what's going on. Todd told me that,
But there's
she's 4 weeks behind in her videos,
buffalo in,
which means she's probably in Alaska.
State Park as there is in
I'm guessing. And if you don't know,
half of, Yellowstone.
my fascination with Itchy Boots is
I meant to catch up on
is,
her stuff today to find out what's going
is
on.
all YouTube based. It's I think she's an interesting lady. I think she does amazing stuff on two wheels. But my fascination comes from the fact that she's got 1.4 million subscribers, and all her videos get hundreds of thousands of views. And I just want a piece of it, and I have realized that just putting Itchy Boots in the title of some of my videos, especially the shorts, I've got the first time I tried it, I think earlier when I was in, I did a short. It was a beautiful mountain range behind me. It was the Tetons, covered in snow, and I pulled out my camera or my phone and did a quick short and put Itchy Boots in there and did a redneck thing, and I'm going over that mountain. It's got like 10,000 views. I got like almost 400 subscribers from it. So I'm gonna keep pushing the limit there on Itchy Boots. If any of you guys are here because of Itchy Boots, then you're probably gonna be disappointed in the content, but hopefully you might find something that we're talking about. I don't know, does Itchy Boots does she do live streams? I don't remember ever
Did
seeing
a
one.
redneck thing, and I'm going over that mountain, it's got like 10,000.
Gnarly, I'm sorry.
Almost 400 subscribers.
Gnarly.
So,
I have gotten some really nasty comments lately,
Itchy Boots.
and I'm not sure where these guys are coming from. Probably they didn't hear me worshiping and fawning and drooling over Itchy, and they assumed that I was angry at her or mad or I was being mean. I don't know where that came from. I don't think I've ever seen said a mean thing about her. I don't think so. I don't know.
I have gotten some really nasty
But-
comments lately.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where these guys are coming from. Probably.
Sorry, I'm late to the party. I'm old and was taking a nap. That's quite all right, Dennis. I love naps myself. It's one of those things, a recent discovery is naps. I think you discover them when you hit 50, maybe. You go, man, I'm tired. I'm gonna lay down on the couch, and you wake up 30 minutes later, and you're all refreshed and invigorated, and something has changed. So I think it's at 50 years old. You can lay down, take a 30-minute nap, get back up, and feel so much better, like you just worked out or drank a pot of coffee or something. I don't know what it is. So I'm all about naps.
You go, man, I'm tired.
Welcome.
Lay down on the couch, you wake up 30 minutes
102
later,
at the Sticks.
all refreshed and invigorated. And
I'm not sure
something
what
has
102
changed.
at the
So
Sticks
I think
means,
it's at
Leonard.
50 years old. You can lay
As
down,
soon as the bike
take a
done.
30-minute nap, get back up, and feel so
Where's
much better.
where's
like you
George
just
Wyman's
worked
Trail?
out or
Where's
drank
that?
a pot of coffee or something. I don't know what it is. So I'm all about naps. Welcome.
Brian,
102.
you hung out with Itchy Boots and Sturgis in your dreams.
I'm not sure what 102 at the Sticks means.
I know she wouldn't hang out with the likes of you anyway. and that other riffraff you were up there with. But good try.
Where's that?
I did enjoy your dancing girls on the bar. I feel like I was there. Thanks for saving me the trip.
Brian,
I think that was the highlight.
you hung out
I'm sure hanging out at camp would have been fun.
in your dreams.
Oh, Brian, here's the big question.
Hang out with the likes of you.
You only saw Joe, right? You only hung out with Joe, and it sounded, it appeared that you only had a few minutes with him, just enough time to take a selfie. So it was Joe and who else? Who else did you hang out with?
Thanks for saving me the trip.
Besides Carl and the other boys.
I think that was the highlight. I'm sure hanging out at camp would have been fun.
And I'm posting videos of going these country stars, houses, and gates around here.
Oh, Brian,
Trying to boost some videos. Yeah. Hey, man, whatever works.
You only saw Joe,
I-
right? You only hung out with
I don't
Joe.
think I've looked at your channel, dude.
It appeared that you only had a few minutes.
I
with
think I
him,
did. I
just
think I
enough time to
subscribed,
take a
but
selfie. So it was Joe and who else? Who did
man, I don't watch anything on the road anymore. It's been so hard to get internet lately.
I think it was the highlight.
Let me
I'm posting videos
I'll
going.
make sure I've looked at your channel at least. I did. I just subscribed, and I haven't looked at your channel. Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, I like what you're doing, ma'am. They're short videos too. I like it. Alan Jackson. George Jones. Oh, man. Yeah, I say keep going, ma'am. Keep going, whatever works. Riding by George Jones' house. Riding by Alan Jackson's house. That's what I would call it. It's all in the title. It's all in the description. Thumbnails are important too, but there's no thumbnails on shorts. So how do they work? How is that working so well for me? How is that possible? I just subscribed to you, so. Gates. We can always climb over the gate. Get you a criminal record. Man, I wasn't good at videos when I first started either. Not to say that I'm any good at it now, but greetings from Delta, Utah. What's up, Richard? Richard, my buddy, just left. How long have we been separated, Richard? 3-4 days now? It seems like a month. I was just talking about you earlier about you humping that freaking big ultra classic up that mountain towards Garnet. That was just ridiculous, man. I wished I would have filmed it. Had I known we were going to get into some gnarly stuff like that, I would have filmed it. Because I always like filming the crash. I always say, get the shot. And that especially comes true with crash video. But I almost never film my own crashes, and I didn't film yours. Because I was telling everybody earlier, I got about halfway into that nasty part of the hill, and I was like, oh, this is crap. I just stayed in it. About the time I got out of the nasty stuff, I was like, I looked in my rear view, and your headlight was gone. I was like, man, I hope he didn't run off the side of the road. Because that was some bouncy shit. It would not have been surprising. Also, working on a channel interview and the street musicians here. I'm going to wait till I get up to 20. Start posting, just telling their story. Oh, dude, I love interviews. And they're so easy. They're so easy to do because you got somebody else talking. You just ask them decent questions. I love interviews. And it seems like everybody else does too. I mostly interview motorcycle folks, but didn't interview camp 20 yards from Joe. Saw him every day, but that wasn't why I was there. I'm sure they were happy to see me. Well, yeah. Well, you've been getting some attention on your stuff lately, Brian. So I'd say keep doing whatever the hell you're doing. Well, I've been saying your stuff is amazing anyway. You've got that sense. You've got that sense, and you pull your camera out and it's steady, and you're talking in this relaxed and completely ultra chilled manner, and you're telling the story. You get the shot. I mean, if everybody could do like you do, I'd be in real trouble. I get a few views nowadays, but I work really hard. Most of my stuff, I work really hard at it. The shorts, you can see the difference between the shorts and everything else I do. The shorts are trash, but the shorts get all the attention. So that's my advice for all you guys. If y'all want to build a YouTube channel quickly, do shorts. Do interesting, high impact shorts. And I'm not even sure how to tell you how to do that. I wanted to show you guys some footage of what's been going on lately, but I can't figure out how to run video. Pardon my munching. I haven't eaten. But I do have step 2, which is very important when you're in the library. You got to have step 2. Well, it's supposed to be storming today, which is why I'm inside. Looks very stormy. As far as I can tell, it hasn't started raining. I'm trying to crack my beer without it sounding like a beer's cracking. Part 2, step 2. I'm in this big aquarium. It's a conference room. And they've got several little small conference rooms. This is probably the biggest one, but it was right across the hall from the one that I scheduled to get today. And I came in this morning and I said, hey, if I can get that big conference room all day, I'll turn this other one loose. Oh yeah, you just have to get on the schedule. I really like Ketchum. It's expensive here, but I really like the people. I like the atmosphere. It's like a ski town. It's a ski resort town. Kind of like every little small town in Colorado. Aspen and Breckenridge and all that crap. And it's just as expensive, but I like it. I like the people here. All right. Carl and Gary are still at Camp 5. They are running the place now. Well, they should be in their zone. I think Carl has probably dreamed of Sturgis for the last 20 years. It would not surprise me. Yeah, I'm sure he's in his element. And if Carl's happy, Gary's probably happy, so. At least Gary's warm. I think that was the big beef when when they left. Was Gary was miserable. I mean, I didn't know he was cold averse. I didn't know that 40 degrees was too cold for him. I had no idea. I'd camped in colder weather than that with him, and he never complained. So, hell, I called him Hardcore Gary until Bright Gary took over. Carl renamed him Bright Gary because that was his chartreuse, his bright yellow stuff. I feel like you need a college education on editing videos. Have a hard time with it, but learning. What you need to do is get your education on YouTube. Find the suite that you're using. There's videos on it, most likely. If you've got a nice, powerful computer, you can get a free package like I'm using, DaVinci Resolve. But you really need a very powerful computer to run it. But it's $1,000 suite, and they give it to you for free. And that's what I came off Premiere Pro before this, so you know, $800. Well, hell, I think they charge you a monthly fee now for it, but you can get tutorials on Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve. There's a couple of guys that do great videos on DaVinci Resolve. So find out what you want to do. You can learn the basics. You can learn the high speed stuff. You can learn, you know, motion graphics, animation. There's all kinds of things that you can do with just off of YouTube. I mean, if you don't know YouTube University, that's the school I'm going to at least 2 or 3 times a month. I would say I'm in there trying to learn something off of YouTube. There's a bunch of crap, but you find the guys that are making consistent, amazing stuff, and you learn how to do it, and it's great. So yeah, it's not hard. You just got to learn the basics, and the quicker you learn the workflow, that's really all it is. It's workflow. It's you got your timeline, you throw your videos in the timeline, and you chop them up. I used to take every video and go, okay, where do I put that? You chop it into small chunks and you put it in the timeline, but it seems like it's more efficient for me to go, okay, here's the sequential thing. Here's the timeline. Here's the first video, here's the second video. Let me get in here. Okay, I got an hour and a half of video. Nobody's gonna watch that, so I go, okay, let's see if I can cut it down to 20 minutes. And then I start cutting. I take the stuff, it's like, okay, here's a 10-minute segment of video that has 30 seconds of something interesting in it. I clean the rest of it out, pull the rest of it, pull the next video, and I just go through and chop it up into, you know, I try to get 15, 18-minute videos. Sometimes they're 6 minutes, depending on, you know, whatever. Yeah, longest road in America is right. Highway 50. I kind of want to do that. What was the temperatures like? I'm betting they were kind of hot. Also known as Utah. Richard, you need to start making videos, dude. Richard, I just crossed Highway 50. Yeah, I think you mentioned that, Brian. Hello, Frankenbama. What's up, man? Thanks for dropping in. Oh, that was you at the only. Well, there's 2 Harleys passing each other in the night. I should have mentioned that. It's like, oh, Richard's taking that road soon. I should have mentioned that to both you guys. Gary's definitely hardcore. Yeah, he's hardcore. Big Bear insulation helps. Took 305 to 50, then 208 to 395, Richard. Got lucky today on the temperature. Oh, so you just did it today. Okay, cool. Yeah. I think that's the thing that's keeping me out of the desert. Man, I love the desert in late September, October, November even. And then, you know, the cold and the wet kind of creeps in. Wind in the desert. You got to be careful with the wind. Anybody in here looking for itchy boots? Anybody? Does anybody come for itchy boots? Because we'll start talking about itchy boots. I don't want to disappoint. I don't want to clickbait. I don't want to clickbait. We can talk about itchy boots if anybody came for itchy boots. Is anybody in here for itchy boots? While I down my Chex Mix. And my second, number 2, step 2, number 2's in the morning. $15 people, who all's in here? And is anyone showing up for itchy boots? If you're here for itchy boots, I have not found her. I have not crossed the Sawtooth, but I've been rolling down the valley. And for those of you who don't know, you'll see the videos later. You'll see the images. Idaho is the hidden gem of America. There's lots of other beautiful states, but they're kind of hit and miss. Idaho is kind of hard to find the miss. It's like, okay, they got some desert regions. If you don't like the deserts, you can, it's just tiny, small desert regions. In fact, I may roll up again through their desert region up into Oregon. That was a nice time. Did that, I don't know, 2016, I think. Rolled out through their desert into Oregon's desert. I need to do some more exploring. I'm just trying to be careful of the weather. I don't want to be miserable. California to Sturgis and back home over Sonora Pass. Oh, the sleeves. All in short sleeves. 4,200 miles. Love climate change. Yeah, well, you're a tough guy, Brian. She cute, but no. Came to listen about traveling. Leonard, you got questions, man. Let's take some of your questions. I'm all about questions 24/7. It makes stuff more interesting because most of the time I can talk until you throw up about most of the questions people ask. You know, I've got an opinion. I've got a lot of experience traveling, specifically motorcycle camping. So I would love to answer any of your questions since you had the Q&A question right off the bat. My thing is Q&A all the time. The whole live stream is a Q&A. I wished that would save me from having to come up with something interesting to say. Because I could probably come up with a show. Usually my live streams have a theme. Here's the thing that we're going to talk about, or here's a couple of things that we're going to talk about. But I don't usually stay on topic. So if anybody comes in and goes, I don't want to talk about itchy boots. Let's talk about what's interesting to you. I mentioned that I'm not doing much stealth camping up here, so I have migrated to stealth drinking. Specifically drinking in libraries. Because that's taking it to the next level. You know, you got ladies, you got little ladies sitting around watching, making sure that you're doing the right thing, that you're not breaking any rules. I didn't see any rules against drinking anything, so I've got to assume that they're okay with drinking beer. Like 2 ships in the night. Yeah. Need to keep list and stealth camping. That's how I found you. I'm not sure what you mean, Solo. Need to keep list. 650 GS. I have a couple of RT 1200. Dude, I miss. It wasn't a GS, but I had a 650X Challenge, which is kind of like the GS on steroids. It's about as close as you can get to a middleweight dual sport. It's almost a dirt bike. I miss mine. Problem with my 650 is I couldn't do this trip on it. I would love to have it unloaded and just go wherever the hell I wanted to, and I could. Single track, almost all of it I could do. You know, rivers and creeks and whatever I wanted to go. If I was stupid enough to go there, a lot of times the bike would pull me out of my lack of skill. So yeah, I miss my 650. But man, if you want to load down your horse, your mule, that RT is a cross-country bike. Hands down, it's just a completely different experience. You don't even know the weight's back there on the street. You get off-road and it starts getting hairy. I'm glad I don't have the RT on this trip because I've been doing some nastier roads. If I would have taken that RT up the road that Richard and I went up, I would have had just as much, or if not more, trouble than he did. I probably would have broken something because those big heads stick out. Yeah, 650, man. I love the big middleweights. If I could just figure out, maybe it's a trailer. Maybe that's what I need to do is pull a trailer, um, get all the weight off the bike, pull the trailer, get to where I'm going. That's what I do anyway now. What Richard and I did the other day, rolling up to the top of Garnet, we just packed the bikes. We camped about 70–80% of the way up to the top of this ghost town. Camped up there, loaded the bikes the next morning, and I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go up here and check it out. He's like, okay, I'm going with you. I was like, okay. But yeah, loading the bike, traveling down street, maybe a few miles down a dirt road, unpacking your bike, and then having the freedom to single track or whatever the hell, dude. Yeah, I'd totally do that again. I've always been skeptical of the trailer. I've always up until probably the last year, always looked at the guys pulling trailers and going, man, that guy's an idiot. And then the last couple of trips I've made on this bike and the RT, I got 100, 200 pounds of freaking weight on the back of the bike, standing up above my head. And like, I gotta admit, who's the idiot? Is it the guy pulling the trailer? Or is it, he's got most of his weight behind the wheel, not on it. So if he stops real fast, maybe he's in danger, but hell, I'm probably in the same danger, bouncing around with Big Bertha on the back. What do you take with you? Spare parts, tools, tent, hammock. Where is dangerous? Can we carry between state lines? Ever got problems with that? All that jazz. Just reached 50. Want to travel? That's a lot of questions, dude. Let me see if I can't answer the first one. That's a 30-minute video. I take too much stuff because I like comfort. That's the answer that you're going to get right now. I take too much stuff because I like to be comfortable when I camp. So you compare me to Garrett Peterson, who takes almost nothing. He takes almost as much tools as he does camping gear and comfort stuff. He's 24 years old. He hasn't developed any standards of comfort. So I take too much stuff because I like to be comfortable. I also take redundant sleep systems because you don't know. Yeah, so I would say, man, that's 2 or 3 videos. That's a deep question. Spare parts, 0, because I don't know what's going to break. If I was riding a dual sport, I probably would have a spare clutch cable zip tied to my other one, but nope. Because, what's the odds of me breaking a clutch cable 7 times? I think my big mistake with the clutch, though, was not having a repair kit, because I think everybody needs a repair kit. Clutch cable, or cable, period. Tools. I've got the tools that I need to change my brakes, my oil, my tires. Chain of sprockets, probably not though. Yeah, I've got a big crescent wrench, so I could probably get 5,000 mile maintenance. And by 5,000 mile maintenance, I mean pretty much everything. I change tires every 3,000, 4,000 miles. So, tent hammock, yes, I have both in one device, but I also have a spare hammock, just in case those things go wrong. But my spare hammock is tiny. Where is dangerous? That's a broad question. Can we carry between state lines? You can carry with reciprocal states. I would suggest you do your research. And on top of that, I suggest you consult an attorney about, you know, those legal issues. Um, the only way they're ever going to find out what's on my bike, what I'm carrying, is if they arrest me, because typically I don't answer questions when I'm stopped. And, you know, that keeps them from going through your bike. If they want to come sniffing around your bike with a dog, fine. If they got, you know, probable cause, they can tear your bike apart and find whatever you got there. So, yeah, there's some good questions though, man. All that jazz. Just reach 50. Dude, 50 is the game changer. I think that's that midlife crisis. It's, I don't call it a crisis. I think it's just that time in a man's life, at least, probably women too, but a time in a man's life when he starts wondering, what am I doing with all my time? I don't have that much left. And, you know, what have I done with all my time and money up to this point? What's the future hold? You know, you got all these questions. It's like, yeah, 50 is a good time to start asking those questions. And I would suggest, don't be afraid. If you want to get out there and do what I'm doing, do a weekend trip. Next trip, stretch it out, do a week-long trip. And just do it, you know, close by. And then once you get some confidence up, once you start feeling like you can do what it is without being terrified, which most people are. Most people are terrified of the unknown. And they don't do it. They sit at home, and then the next thing you know, they're on a ventilator. Somebody's doing chest compressions, and they missed out. And I don't want to see that happen. So 50 is a good age. Travel. Get a trailer. You could be 2 wheels, no life. I miss you, Richard, man. 2 or 3 nights a week. I know it's cheap. Dude, as long as you're traveling and you got the budget, shit. That's most of the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because I don't have a budget. And I want to show other people that you can do it without breaking the bank. But I think of a hotel room, it's always on a spreadsheet. It's like, what can I buy with a hotel room? Well, it depends on what the hotel room costs you. You know, where's it at? If it's $90, is it $150? Is it $300? I can tell you what I can spend, what I can get for $90. I can get, what is that? 5 tanks of gas? Almost 5 tanks of gas, depending on where I'm at. I can get 4 cases of beer, 3 cases of beer. I can get food. I can get, tires. 2 nights in a hotel, I can get another tire. So I don't shame people that live in a hotel. Itchy Boots. Her whole channel is she's going from one hotel to another. So good for her. She's seeing the world from a hotel room, which is fine. She probably doesn't like camping. And it's probably dangerous for her. So yeah, I'm not going to shame anybody for camping or for hoteling. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, and probably the hardest thing for me to do up to this point, now I've figured it out, the hardest thing for me to do has been showers. And showers have become pretty damn easy for me now because I got it figured out. Find a creek, fill my little black bag up with water, throw it out in the sun. 4, 5, 6 hours later, on a hot sunny day, I got hot shower water. Great. 2 wheels, big lifer in Idaho. No trailer most of this year. Yeah, they bought an RV solo, and then they got rid of it because Gary came unglued. Started calling him a traitor. So Gary has a lot more influence than you think. An RV made it difficult to say 2 wheels. Very difficult. carry a gun on your bike, you're traveling to go camping or fishing. Brian, that is completely state dependent. Doesn't matter. Maybe you're talking about California. You generalize way too much, dude. You got to be careful. Don't give people legal advice because it changes from state to state. Don't answer questions. That's my advice to everybody. Respectfully, officer, I don't answer questions. If you'd like to see my driver's license, my registration, my insurance, I'll be glad to cooperate. My attorney has advised me not to answer questions when I'm stopped. Where are you going? Where are you coming from? What's that thing? What's in that bag? Can I look at? No, I don't answer questions. I think most attorneys, defense attorneys at least, would agree with me. You could get Hoagie, just to let you know, man. I got to approve all the dirty talk. It's not me. It's YouTube. You can get 6. That's so funny, man. That's awesome. Yeah, if you're a good negotiator, and you know, if looks are not a thing for you. I quit watching when they got the RV. Yeah, I quit watching before they got the RV, but it's hilarious to hear Gary go off on them. Traitors! Because he really liked them. He really liked that show. So, water jug showers are easy. They're easy if you have hot water. If you don't have hot water, unpacking the bike. Yeah, dude. I just think of all the pain that goes into hotels. You got $90+ a cheap hotel. What's the cheapest hotels anyway? It's been a while since I stayed at hotels, so I don't remember. But let's say $90 is probably average for a cheap hotel outside of the big cities. So $90 plus you gotta check. Why can't I just get an app on my phone that says, "Hey, Holiday Inn. I want to stay here. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to get this fucking bullshit going back and forth with the, well, how far out are you? How much can I get out of your wallet? That's how much the room is. Just what's the price of the room? Well, how desperate are you? How many times has that happened? I say, oh, okay, all right, just want to check in. Thanks. Hang on, sir. Hang on. Maybe we can get it. No. I hate hotels. I hate the hotels almost as much as I hate the dentist. So yeah, unpacking your bag and packing, and then you're leaving your stupid bike out in the parking lot. Not that anybody would want to steal my bikes. They're covered in grease and dirt. American flag. That's funny, dude. I'm a sovereign citizen. My video of me talking water jug shower naked at Camp 5 with water from my ice chest. You must have not watched. Yeah, you're a much harder man than me. What's up, Jamie? How'd you come make it, dude? I am in Ketchum, Idaho. What is that? An hour or two north of Twin Falls, I think. So I'm 5 hours out of your range. I'm trying to figure out what to tell you, man. I want to hook up and ride with you, but everything between Twin Falls and you is desert. So I'm not really excited about spending time in the desert. I'm thinking south, but I think I'm gonna just I think I'm gonna go to Evil Knievel's launch site outside of Twin Falls, and then head somewhere where the mountains are. This is August. Has anybody noticed it's August? Oh, y'all wait, man. We shot some cool footage of let's see, Gary and Alan had a shootout. I probably should post some teasers. Some good stuff, man. Yeah, Jamie, help me, man. I want to hook up with you. I want to ride some more, but I'm terrified of melting in the desert. No, not terrified. I just don't want to be miserable. I don't want SBS. I don't want SBS. Sweaty ball syndrome, man. I can get that in Alabama. I don't need. It's going to be really hot, 85 degrees today with 20% humidity. And all I have to do to get away from the heat is just stand in the shade. It's fantastic. Tell him, Richard. I did not catch the video, but I haven't watched Itchy Boots either. We're supposed to be talking about Itchy Boots today, and I haven't watched any of her stuff. How am I supposed to talk about it? I haven't seen any of her stuff lately. I haven't watched anybody's videos. I haven't had consistent internet since we left Missoula. So, yeah. Well, I like this town. They got a kick-ass library, kick-ass internet. I created a whole 28-minute video today. I haven't uploaded it. I'm afraid to start uploading while I'm on the stream, but the videos kick ass. All right, in case you're just showing up, that's what step 2 is today. I think it's a local beer. Bell Breaker, it's a weird name, but part 3 of step 2. If I can just crack it without making a cracking sound. I appreciate y'all putting up with me while I'm crunching on my appetizer for dinner. I think I'm having chili tonight. It's way too expensive to eat out here. I think everything's like $25 a plate. So I'm just, I'm cooking a low budget motorcycle camping adventure meal at camp. I've got other stuff to cook too. Just, I think chili is calling my name. What's the answer? What really happened? Carl and Gary haven't shown up yet, so I don't know. That I will tell you. Since they haven't showed up, I'll tell you. The best I can tell you is we rolled out to Dinosaur. I was looking for my campsite when we rolled out of Dinosaur National Monument. It looks like a national park, but they've got a welcome center. Looks like a national park's welcome center. It's nice. Anyway, we sat there, regrouped, got some internet, briefed them on basically where we were going. We're going to go up the hill about 6 miles, going to hang off the cliff, and got up there, couldn't find my spot, kept looking, went about 16 miles instead of 6. I was like, fuck it, we're almost to the turn to go down to Echo Park, which is way down. maybe 25 miles out and then 15 miles down this canyon. Carl would have had a hard time in the sand down there. Gary would have had a real struggle. And we're all loaded down, and guess what we didn't have? We didn't have water, which we could have got, the rivers down there, but we didn't have any supplies, and I didn't have enough fuel to get down there, probably, not even down there and back especially. So I got down to a certain point, turned around, came back, and they were probably, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes behind me, and I passed them going up, and I waved to them stupidly like Forrest Gump. Went over the next rise where there were some crickets in the road, took some pictures for about 5 minutes, expecting them to pull up on me and go, wow, okay, where are we going? Never saw them. So I was like, okay. Turned around, rode about 3, 4, 5 miles in, thinking that maybe Gary had dropped his bike, ran off the road, some kind of disaster happened. So I turned around, went after them, maybe 3, 4 miles. Didn't see them. Of course, I got no internet. I can't track them. But I got about 3, 4 miles in. I was like, okay, the boys have ridden into Utah, and I don't have enough gas. I barely had enough gas to get me back. So I was like, I'm not chasing them down. I hope they just figure it out that I'm going back to Dinosaur, since they passed me and they saw me and they didn't wave back, but they passed me. The only motorcycle that I passed was those two guys. So anyway, I went back to Dinosaur. Well, actually, on the way back to Dinosaur, I prodded a couple of trails because there was a couple of forest roads up there, or BLM. Yeah, they were BLM roads. I'm trying to find a place for us to camp since the first one fell through. And at the end, almost going down the hill, I found out why I didn't see it, because the place had been fenced off. So it had been fenced, and they put a gate on my camping spot. Anyway, short story long. Went back in a Dinosaur, sat there for a few minutes, and here comes the boys. And they rode right past me. I'm sitting out in broad daylight. They rode right past me, turned 50 feet from where I was parked, turned left, and went south. And that's the last I've seen them. So that's the best story that I can tell. I was hoping Gary would come in and tell his story because he left a comment. Since he didn't show up, let me give you the whole rundown. Let me see if I can pull that thing up here. Stand by. Yeah, it really disturbed me that he would say something like that and not respond to it. So I'm not really sure why he did that, but I felt, okay, well, if you've got a different story than mine, well, not just that, I think it implied not quite the real story. That's what he says. Not quite the, here, let me put this up here for you. Let's do this. No, not that you guys can read this, but let's see. How about that? Can y'all read that? There. So let me read what I'm reading. This was my comment, which is basically a real quick synopsis on a live stream. What happened to the boys? Everybody wants to know. I was like, well, I think I may drop two or three sentences. This is what happened. I guess they weren't feeling it. You guys could go back and watch that live stream. But basically, it's like they weren't feeling it, I guess. I don't know. But it would have sure been nice had they stopped and said, we're not feeling it. We're off to Sturgis. I would have been okay with that. I would have been completely okay. Okay, you guys have fun. Be careful. You know, keep in touch. But yeah, so not quite the real story, but if that's what you want to believe, feel free. So that's kind of what I offered. Well, let's see if I can pull, which is kind of strange in itself too, is I offered several times, like, man, come on a live stream. Well, you know, let's discuss it. You guys Skype in. Tell me what I'm missing here. And Yeah, I'm pulling up my chat here. Well, let's try this again. Where's my phone? Where is my, oh, there we go. Gary. Yeah, I think I mentioned it several times. Okay, so yeah, this is I'm at Love's. This is kind of that from that day. You come into Echo Park. So I didn't get this until after they rolled past me, which I probably had it on my phone. I just wasn't looking at my phone. I just assumed they didn't have internet either. But so that's my best guess, is maybe they stopped at Echo Park and were waiting on me. But to me, that's the dumbest thing that they could have done, is like, I turned around and they went to Echo Park. Doesn't make any sense to me. And then, yeah, Richard and I hooked up with Richard. Well, actually, we camped together and didn't know what was going on. Carl and I have decided to meet up with Keith, Brian, and we'll be heading west. Okay. Yeah, so this is basically, you guys need a break. Have fun, catch up with me when you're done. And then this comment, which I thought was kind of weird. That's a weird path. Are you coming to the live stream? Basically, I pretty much said, hey, look, come hook up with a live stream. And this is the one from yesterday, 3:30 live stream. You guys should Skype in and tell your story. So my guess is that the story, Gary's story, is not that much different. And, you know, my story is, you know, go sow your oats, do your adventure, don't let me stand in your way. But it sure would have been nice, since you're riding with me, to go, hey, we're not feeling it. Here's why, and we're going to Sturgis. If it was just, hey, Carl and I really want to go to Sturgis, that's one story, but yeah. Anyway. Water under the bridge. I'm doing my adventure, they're doing theirs. My guess is Carl's going to get thrown in jail in Sturgis. And then Gary's probably going back to Texas, and then I guess Carl's girlfriend's going to have to come get him out of jail. Just being real. But it is my prediction. So just remember, you heard it here first. I love both those guys. I'm disappointed in both of them, but I love them. Well, and that's what really happened at Dinosaur. There'll be more video. I finished Grand Mesa today. And the next video is going to be Dinosaur, so I'll be making that soon. So you should cough when you open the can. Stealth drinking. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. I think I said stealth drinking already, but I like that. I like the fancy. Todd, you have no idea. I'm just scratching the surface, man. I got all kinds of ideas for what I can do on these live streams. I've got some pretty good software. It's just really hard to figure out what works and what doesn't. Like, I was really hoping to get a live stream or a Skype call going in today, but Gary likes to type more than he likes to talk, so you'll have the same story? Then what's the deal? I figured it couldn't be that much different. So I didn't understand the comment. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. I guess what should have happened is 2 or 3 days before this, it should have been, man, Gary wants to be warm. It's warm in Sturgis, and I want to go to Sturgis. So me and Gary are going to Sturgis. I would have been like, yeah, hell, I'll ride with you guys north till you guys turn east. That would have been fine with me. I would have loved that. And then me and Richard could have hooked up, and we did. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that their adventure ended like this, because I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna have a shittier adventure from here on out. That's just my personal opinion. Because I know how to adventure. I'm afraid. Well, Gary knows how to ride his motorcycle. I don't know that he's getting the most out of his rides. Carl is brand new. He doesn't have a freaking clue. He knows how to camp. So I think Carl's really going to get screwed. I think Gary's going to get screwed as a result of it. But no. Well, maybe my maybe my resentment will change eventually. But I'm having so much fun riding by myself right now. And hell, I had fun riding with Richard. I think Richard and I were much closer to the same page, the same rhythm, the same skill sets. Jesus Christ. It's nice riding with somebody you don't have to worry about having to, are they going to make that next turn? Is their shit going to fall off their bike? You know, am I going to have to ride their bike back to camp? Although honestly, it did help Richard on that one spot. But fuck, man, the guy's got one leg. The guy's got one leg and he's out riding both of these other guys. So I'm not saying anything bad about their skill sets, but maybe I am. Babysitting comes to mind. And it sounds like a strong word, but it's like, fuck, man. Everybody needs to be relatively the same skill sets. Like, I don't ride with strangers. I don't ride with strangers for a very specific reason. I don't like guessing whether or not these guys are going to run into me at the stop sign. I don't like picking up body parts. I don't like having to call an ambulance and waiting and then having to figure out because somebody hasn't figured out how to ride their motorcycle. It's extreme, but it has a negative effect on your ride. That's why I say everybody that's watching is welcome to join me at camp. Let's figure out if we're going to ride together at some point, because I think it's the beer talking. I shouldn't be saying shit like this because it sounds negative, but one leg, two kickstands. Damn right. One leg, two kickstands. That motherfucker's a badass. Y'all don't even know. Y'all are going to get a taste of him once I get some videos out. But yeah, it's all coming. Y'all are going to get a little taste of Richard Thaxton, who needs to change his name to something. He needs to change his name to Scooter Mullet. Drone to your gear and get us some cool aerial views. Leonard, you haven't been watching much of my stuff, have you? I have a drone, bro, and I got a lot of drone footage coming. I'm trying to think the last. So I shot. Damn, the last drone footage I had was probably Wyoming. So I screwed up. Probably if you've been watching just for the last few weeks, I got shots in Mancos and Silverton and somewhere else. They just didn't make it to the video. I misplaced the video. So there's lots of epic freaking drone footage, Leonard. Sorry that you missed out on the stuff. I've lost my train of thought. This dude turned around in his chair and started looking at me. I was like, what did I say? The last thing I remember drone footage wise was probably Wyoming. So yeah, I'm slacking, but I've got drone footage of Buena Vista. I've got drone footage of Grand Mesa, and it's epic. And then I've been shooting ever since. Every campground I stop at, I've been shooting videos. So it's coming. Yeah, Todd, that's my rule for everybody I ride with. There's no reason to try to stay with me, especially in the curves. Usually Usually the people I talk to when I'm riding, it's like I usually ride 5 to 10 over the speed limit, which most people shouldn't have a problem with, until I get to the twisties. And then if it's mountains or rivers or whatever where the twisty roads are, I'll see you at the next turn. Or when I slow down, you can catch up with me. Yeah, I'll upload all that stuff, Leonard. I got some really cool footage. Which kind of really disappoints me. It's like, man, it would have been so much better to have that drone footage in here, and I don't realize it. A lot of it gets misplaced. Sometimes it stays on the drone until, the second or third campground, which is a problem. We got 19 people in here. Who all's in here that I don't know? Who all's in here for Itchy Boots? Let's talk about Itchy Boots. If anybody is in here for Itchy Boots, let's talk about her. And no, it's not going to be negative. Although that is kind of the latest disease that's coming out is, oh, you're talking about Itchy Boots. You may have something nasty to say. Nope, not a thing. I would have a beer and wait for you at the next stop. Yeah. Yeah, although, well, there's another concern right there. There's a lot of people that won't ride with you if you crack a beer on a ride, and that means for lunch or whatever. It's like, okay. And I completely understand. Some people are very rigid about alcohol and drugs, which is completely understandable. It's really interesting. We have the same story. I saw Itchy Boots in Reno. I guarantee you she's coming back from Alaska right now. Right, Todd? Isn't that what you told me? She's 4 weeks behind, so that means she's in Alaska. The girl's got a pretty good pace. What's she do? 150, 200 miles a day? Anybody guess? I thought I saw Itchy Boots in Reno. I thought I saw Itchy Boots at every cool looking mountain range. And I think I saw her going over the top. She's on the other side. So let's see. Tetons, the Sawtooths, the Bitterroots. I think I saw her at all those. So is anybody here for Itchy Boots? Type in a comment. Question about Itchy Boots. Anybody? Comment about Itchy Boots? Mid-July. Well, she could definitely still be in the lower 48s. I think I'm getting you confused with somebody else. Well, I'm real curious. I'd like to meet her. I bet she doesn't want to meet me or any of the other riffraff that follow her. She was at Camp 5. I got the shot. Brian, you never stopped, dude. One time, because you mentioned her, all I could think of was show me your boobs. That's funny, dude. Send you the pictures. Oh, was that Itchy Boots that was dancing on the bar with boots in her bikini? Because that kind of looked like Itchy Boots. Let me see if I can pull the Itchy Boots don't camp. Good point, Todd. Single Tesla on the loneliest road. Yeah, how about that? Let me see if I can pull up. Let me see if I can pull up Itchy Boots dancing on the bar. Stand by. Where is? Oh, dude, you overwhelm me with these videos. I can't watch all these videos. Although, where the hell was, oh, that was Facebook. You sent me a Facebook video. Never mind, I was going to pull up Brian's video. Wait a minute, let me see if I can do Facebook on that. Facebook. Who all's here to talk about itchy boots? I know some of you are. I think there's probably 2 or 3 of you in here that are here for itchy boots, but you need to chime in. Stand by. Technical difficulties. Stand by. I need to find the attachment. I very rarely look at these, but just so happened I glanced at it today. Ah, that's what it is. There we go.
Son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
There she is. I found her. Now let me see if I can get this integrated into the stream here. Window. Let's see. Can we get this thing? There we go. All right, now all I gotta do is hit play, right? Right, boys, are you ready for this? Here's some itchy boots. I hope y'all are ready. This is just mind-blowing stuff here. Oh, this is good stuff. All right, y'all ready for itchy boots at Sturgis? Not exactly Camp 5, but
Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things.
I mean, she looks a whole lot better.
But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
At least that's
Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
Thank you.
Well, she made me higher than all of those
That's just too much fun. That's just too much fun. Don't forget to give Itchy a like. Yeah, you gotta go over to Brian's channel and I mean, apparently he doesn't need my help anymore because he's launching his swag company now. He's got t-shirts in the mix, and he's going on the road. He's gonna quit working for a living and start being a YouTube celebrity. Lone Wolves on Wheels, folks, if you didn't know. Well, let's see. We got 21 people in here. They're all in here because Itchy Boots came and danced on the table at Sturgis. I guess we'll just have to keep cycling that through. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, for the real video, go check out Brian's channel before he gets kicked off of YouTube. And they will. They'll kick him off for all those titties. So go catch it while you can. It's pay-per-view porn without the pay. Almost 5 o'clock, y'all. Who's got questions? Who's got comments? Did anyone have a mint? While I'm streaming, I am uploading a video. And if you know anything about bandwidth, this is a 22-minute video. And it's saying it has 13 minutes left to upload. A 22-minute video, pretty much anywhere else in the world, would take me 3, 4, 5 hours. Ridiculous. That's why I love this town. They've actually got fiber in this library. It's going straight. Yeah, 5%. I just dropped it in there. It's 5% uploaded. Insane. Hey, they can have nude yoga on YouTube. Why can't they have a few breasts? Let me tell you, Todd, because they're so uptight about women and men that they filtered your comment. So I'm going to have to manually approve your nude yoga and breast. That's ridiculous. Thank you, YouTube. The equal opportunity employer, RE itchy boots. What does that mean? You would employ her as, yeah, you would give her a tip whether she was riding a motorcycle or dancing naked in a bar. Are you riding? Yes. I just want to do it. And I'm going south anyway. I'm not going north. I don't really have a lot of options. I mean, tell me my options. I'm either going north or south. I don't have a lot of options. I can go to Boise, which is fucking hot too. Yeah, I figure since I'm in I like Twin Falls. I will put up with the heat. Grab some stuff I can't grab anywhere else, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not going for the Evel Knievel jump, but I think it's a cool spot, and I want to fly my drone. In fact, I want to get a shot of me riding, approaching the ramp on my bike, loaded down, and then going, stopping, and then letting the drone take over and just kind of flying it up and doing the, oh yeah. Don actually made the jump. He didn't pull his parachute after he left the ramp. Dude, I hate to say it. Evel Knievel has always been one of my heroes, but when I saw that, I was like, that's a fucking publicity stunt. He pulled the fucking parachute, and if it wasn't, why did he pack his chute again and do it all over again? Why didn't he do it a second time? Because he wasn't injured. Did he spend all his money on the attempt, or was it just a fake, no, we're not getting anywhere near this damn thing. Yeah, I don't know. I lost a lot of respect for him then. But yeah, heroes. Talk about heroes, Brian. Surprised the firefighters aren't sucking up all your... Yeah, I guess the firefighters are too far north to be sucking up all my bandwidth. Been in Boise or both? Fucking hot. Yeah, I've been in Boise this time of year. It's not fun. But yeah, so it's either north or south. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm in a good spot here to make choices. So I figure while I'm in Twin Falls, hit the Knievel site, and then make a decision on whether I'm going. Well, I'm probably going west. Probably going to Oregon. So it's gonna suck. I go to Twin Falls. I go west. It's gonna suck till I get through the desert. I mean, I don't have a magic helicopter that comes and picks me up. So I don't know. I mean, give me some advice. I mean, I'd say I'd come down there and hang out with you in the freaking Nevada oven, but I think you'd advise against that too. The tip, if she will answer in her Swedish accent. Yeah, she's not Swedish, she's Dutch, dude. What does the fox say? She's from the Netherlands. He didn't pull it, blew the canister out of the back. I mean, that was the story. I remember the story. Just sounds kind of sounds like bullshit. Like like the engine failed. Okay. Go to Ernest Hemingway grave. Oh, he's here? I noticed there was a bunch of there were some pictures of him in the bathroom, so I didn't know he was here. That's a good place to be buried. If he's here, I'll look it up. I'll go find Hemingway's grave. I like that cat. I really do. I like his writing. I like what he stood for. I like the last of the true American literary greats that had a fucking real life. He was a real man. I really like that. Brian's next weekend. Oh, you're going to California? Oh, okay. Skytrix built a rocket and Eddie Braun made the jump. I think I know those names. He's in the graveyard in Ketchum or Sun Valley. Okay, well here's the question. I've always called this place Sun Valley every time I've been through it because everything says Sun Valley on it. But it's really Ketchum. I don't know where the hell Sun Valley is now. It's not on the map. So maybe this is two towns at one point. Now it's Ketchum. But obviously you can't find Sun Valley on the map anymore. Hell yeah, Jamie. Dude, yeah, I'll ride out to Brian's with you. I don't know what kind of route you're taking. As long as we can stay mostly out of the desert, I'm down. And a brutal day in the desert, I guess, is okay as long as I have to sleep in that shit. I'm better than that. I'm out here having an adventure in the nice climates because I can. I'm out trying to find my air conditioning, and people are fighting me. I can't believe nobody is here for Itchy Boots. I think I'm the only one that's here for Itchy Boots. I've always been here for Itchy Boots. I've always been the caretaker here. Yeah, so I should have taken a left turn somewhere. I'm up in one of the valleys. Dude, I'm camped maybe a mile and a half from a country club. Unbelievable. Lolo to Lewiston is epic. Hills Canyon. Yeah, I think that was, no, I'm thinking about another. I'm thinking about the one in, I guess it's Idaho. Hills Canyon. Brutal half day, then into the Sierras. I plan on taking Highway 108 to Sonora Pass, come back on 128 Tioga Pass. Those both sound good to me. Brutal half day. I can do a brutal half day. When are you planning on leaving? Cause it's Saturday. What did you say? You're leaving? I'm trying to go back in the chats because I can't remember what you said. Of course he follows you, Brian. Who doesn't follow you? Who watches me that doesn't follow you? Friday. Well, that gives me lots of time to plan. I mean, I could take my time and meet you somewhere on the border of California. just kind of skirt the whole desert thing or blow through it or whatever. Yeah, but if you're headed to Brian's, I've been telling him I'm going to get out there. I think I actually told him that I might, maybe, possibly go to Sturgis, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, man, I got nothing. I have no interest in Sturgis at all. Yeah, Pahrump. Fuck Pahrump. I hate Pahrump anyway. Yeah, I think all of Nevada. Well, I mean, even talking to Jamie is, it's like, when's that time? When can I come visit Nevada? When can I ride through Nevada and not die of heat, stroke, or frozen balls? He's like, it's kind of touchy. I mean, he tried to answer it, but he's like, there's not really any good consistent time. You know, if he said October 14th through the 21st, he'd probably be lying. Or just kind of guessing. 395 is so cool. I really like the Smith Valley. Man, I have been, since we turned south from Missoula, it's been nothing but spectacular, curvy rivers and mountains, and it's just been amazing down here. So yeah, kind of, well, you know, and all you have to do to get the really curvy stuff is just go up over a mountain. Anyway, yeah. Let's see how my video's doing. Oh, it's 96%. When did I drop that in there? That 22-minute video. Unbelievable. All right, I gotta start thinking about shutting down here, y'all. So if y'all got any questions or comments. The library closes in 45 minutes, and I got a bunch of junk to pack up. So I'm gonna be slowly packing up. If you guys have some questions or comments or anything like that, it's gonna take me a few minutes. But I also gotta subversively get this beer out of here. I got empties. That's the biggest problem. I've got empties I got to deal with. So, what do I do with the empties? Walker River, lots of free camping. There are campgrounds, but you don't need them. Yeah, I don't need them. Saw your bus at the Nugget. Oh, really? I'm surprised my bus is still out there. I keep hearing from subsequent owners. I keep hearing from the guy I sold it to apparently was a shit bag. I can't remember what I sold it to. I sold a freaking running school bus that was mostly outfitted for living in it. I think I sold it for $500. I can't remember. It was an incredible deal. I'd taken most of the really important stuff out of it, solar and the electrical and water heater. No, wait a minute, I left the water heater in there. Anyway, I took a bunch of stuff out of it that would make it easier to convert the next one. Gave the guy that I sold it to a great deal. He drove it home without oil in it because it was leaking oil faster than you could put it in it. Apparently made it home, destroyed the engine, and then didn't tell the next people that bought it from him. He filled them full of a bunch of bullshit that there was a new engine in it, which it wasn't. It was a destroyed engine. Anyway, long story there on the schoolie. I feel bad for the next 2 or 3 people that bought it because they reached out on Facebook and found me and said, "Hey, is this your bus?" I was like, "Yeah, it was." And then, telling me the nightmare that they spent $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 trying to get the thing back up and running. So it'd be nice to know that somebody actually found something that was of value in it. At the Nugget. Which Nugget? Weather up ahead, so I'm gonna put it down in the wind and find a spot to hunker down. And step 2, see you down the road. Yeah, man, Richard, great having you hanging out, man. It's good to hear from you again. Put them in the trash. Yeah, I gotta walk past the librarian, Jamie, to put them in the trash. So I didn't think ahead to bring me. No, I got. Never mind. I got a newspaper. I can put them in there. I'm still participating. I'm just gonna pack up a few things here, folks. Oh yeah, that's good. It has been fun hanging out with you folks. Well, make sure I got this thing pointed in the right direction. Maybe next time I can stream from camp. That would be a whole lot cooler. I stream from the library because sometimes it's the best internet I've got. I've got pretty good internet close to camp. I could probably stream from there, but still, it's not really camp. What are you guys doing this week? Is anybody camping this weekend? Who all is coming towards me? That's the question. I think William is coming towards me, and then who else said they were coming towards me? Kind of getting hazy after a couple of beers. That shouldn't be that odd. Let me see if I can slip these beers out. I'm going to go over here and step by the window, see if the librarian's still over there standing guard. Because I got to walk past her. She's the gatekeeper. Oh, wait a minute. There's trash right over here in the corner. I didn't really realize that. Oh, that makes things so much easier. I can just drop the newspaper over the top of it. I seriously did not see that. That makes things much easier. If I don't trip over this cord going over there. It's these technical issues that I run into on the road. Like thinking for one moment that I can keep my batteries charged on a laptop for days at a time when there's no sunlight. That's the thing that the big controversy when people are talking about solar power and wind power replacing everything. It's like, well, no, sun doesn't always shine, the wind doesn't always blow. But guess what? You light some coal on fire, if you got a good oven, it's always going to burn. And, you know, if everybody would get off their high horse, we could all have nuclear power, and probably pretty cheaply nowadays. I'm going to see if I can squeeze in one more beer. One more step too before I head back, shut everything down. They've got shit, I forgot what the hell I was going to say. Oh, they closed the library at 6, so I've got to be aware of that. And hopefully the janitor will come in and just grab the trash bag and go, yeah. Rain clouds will follow you to the desert. You're just about guaranteed of that. It's so funny. It's like I've talked to so many people. It's like, wow, this is really weird. It never rains this time of year. We've got so much rain. I don't understand it. It's like, well, understand me. I'm the rainmaker. I bring the clouds. Delicious. California leaves, dark rain clouds. I don't know that they're so much dark. They just have lots of rain in them. And it's not that they rain that much, it just rains every day when I'm around. It was supposed to be really stormy yesterday, like severe thunderstorms. But I've never seen severe thunderstorms in the same sentence with 20% chance. Same with today. That was yesterday. Today it's heavy rain, 30%. Where I come from, if it's heavy rain, it's 80, 90%. So it's really weird. But there's a lot of hills and mountains around here, so I'm not sure that affects the weather a good bit. Oh, Jamie, I still got your crap, man. I need to upload that before I leave. I've got your, let me do that right now. I'm gonna upload your drive-bys up the thing. Stand by. Oh, let me just put it on YouTube. It'll be a whole lot faster that way. I'm gonna put the whole video of you riding by on YouTube. I'll send you a link. Grand Mesa. Gotta find it. Wherever the hell it is. Oh, there we go. That's not it. That's Carl. All right. This is you. I'm gonna put the whole raw file up there, man. You can just do what you want with it. I think it's in 2.7, so you get what you get. Sorry, I don't have H full or whatchamacallit. Oh wow, it's gonna take me 4 minutes to get it up there to you. Oh, 3 minutes. No, it's really crawling. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and send you the link, man. Oh. I'm gonna finish off with itchy boots on the bar again. It's so funny. Jamie, where are you? All right, you're gonna have to give it a few minutes for it to process, but I'll just send you the link here. Seriously, you know what I'm talking about. It takes a while for it to process. Well, it's still uploading, so it's got 2 minutes left. Next. Off. Next. Yeah, put that shit in your video, man. There's some good clips in there. I could have done better, but I was trying to be cinematic instead of fast, and I couldn't keep up with you, so that's my excuse anyway. And I got your interview too, so I'll finish that eventually, maybe. Live streaming. We're back live streaming. Oh yeah, let's do the thing. Because I can. Wait a minute, I don't want that. Window capture. Where is my window capture? Okay. I want shit. Don't want that, don't want that. I want hell of a drug. Where is the one I want? I want window capture. I want hell of a drug. Sturgis Rally. Oh, this is good stuff. Itchy boots. I kill myself sometimes.
Expensive thing. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
Itchy boots on stage is
Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive
Or until I run out of
things.
money or break something. And I'm right on the verge.
But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things.
The last of Grand Mesa.
But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold it in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. thing. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
Why is there not like 400 or 4,000?
Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive
Why is
things.
Brian's channel Lone Wolves on Wheel?
But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
Why? Because he
Well,
goes
she
to
made
places
me
you can
higher
see
than all of those expensive
working with
things.
shaking that money maker.
But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things.
Come on, fellas.
But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things.
I didn't find her. I just found a video of her.
But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
I turned down the
Well,
volume.
she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
Shaking that
Well,
money.
she made me higher than all of those expensive things.
This video still.
But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive
The
things.
whole live stream built down.
But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I hold in Denver, son, you can't do
Yeah, so
But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things.
Because pretty much everything that I play.
But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
Probably what I'll do is I'll do slideshows.
Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine. Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
Next video.
Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that cocaine.
Cell phone videos.
Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things.
So when I found that, I made another video.
But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do any more of that
Got that
cocaine.
coming up Sunday morning.
Well, she made me higher than all of those expensive things. But I OD'd in Denver, son, you can't do